Welcome to EIP editing. Welcome to EIP IP meeting 127. I'm still in the EIP editing office, our 100 meeting. But now, today is a new day. Today is June 3rd, and this is EIP IP meeting 127. This happens generally on the third Wednesday, but we have it a little earlier this month. On agenda, we have call for input, some important point for discussions for editors, and yeah, we will have an insight of EIP/ERC stats. So maybe we can start with call for input, and a call for input generally is taken by Sam. So Sam, it's for you now.
Sure. So there are three on the agenda. We have the allow links to Unicode technical standards. That one needs approvals on two PRs. They are linked in the call for input. Then we can close it. Then we have the associate EIP editors, which is also waiting on review on pull requests. So I guess that's on me. And then I don't think we need this last one anymore. So if you don't object, I'll just close the one that allows links to OWASP, C2PA, and CAI, since they do have a license that allows us to republish them.
Yeah, I have one point on the last one. If it's resolved, that's very nice. But the main theme there seems to be for some kind of external inputs, for some kind of external resources. And I don't know, like we don't have to discuss that today, but I think this might become like a well, not a recurring topic, but a topic on like for other, especially ERCs. I don't know. Do we want to discuss that now, like how we should handle these kind of things, or do we want to do this like when this actually is a problem?
Just the like how we handle generally allowing external links, or
I mean more like these kind of resources. So first of all, like I don't know these ones because I'm not super deep in ERCs, but this OWASP that seems to be somewhat established. But the question is like yeah, what would be the process? What would go through for these kind of things? Because in the end, it will still be that if one of these resources in the future goes down, then we have a problem. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So I think I'm assuming you've seen EIP 5757.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah, I'm not sure if we need any more process than that. Do we?
No. Okay. It was more like a general comment on like, well, approving like these kind of external resources. I mean, like the way that this is resolved now, I think is fine, but this might, well, become a subject in the future also. But I think we can skip maybe for now. Yeah.
Okay. I'm happy to talk about it if you want. But yeah.
Yep. And I have shared link of a PR. I believe we have already closed the call for input that was number 405 in the last meeting, but the PR is not merged yet because it requires two editors' approval. So I'll appreciate another approval on this PR in order to get this merged. And yeah, that is about adding a status tag in citation. All right, with that, we can move on to the next section, which is called Editor's Discussion section. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 points for discussion. I believe Joachim has added first 2 points. The number 1 is about authorship changes. So Joachim, if you would provide some overview of what this is and what we want to discuss today.
Yes, so this is actually because Greg just asked on Discord about this EIP. And what's happening there is, I did not check the contents, but the problem there is that He wants to add himself. Well, we suspect himself, but it should be himself under a GitHub username, and he cannot approve this PR himself. So he needs an approval from either Holyman or Expedient on GitHub. And I was wondering, like, what is our current process regarding approving these kind of PRs via email? Because Greg should, in theory, be able to accept this PR, but how do we verify that greg@colfit.org has authorized this?
My approach is send an email to that email address and then get them to reply with their approval.
Okay,
I think that's reasonable. Yeah, it's interesting that he's removing the other authors' usernames and emails.
Yes. I mean, I think that was maybe my second point. I think that is, it might be a mistake, but I don't think that we should allow that.
We shouldn't allow Greg to merge this PR, or?
So specifically this authorship line, removing these GitHub handles would also remove the rights of these GitHub users to make any changes to this PR.
Yes.
And I think that this is not something that can be done. I don't know, maybe the bot is already programmed like this, by the message, it seems that this is not the case, because it requires one more review from the authors, which is Expedia or Holyman, which would then mean that one of these authors can approve deleting themselves to have the rights to edit this EIP, which I don't think should happen. And I don't know, I did not check with Greg, but I think it is a mistake, but yeah, I don't think that should happen. And also, removing, for instance, this email, so this from John Max Scheller, that should also not, I believe this should never be allowed, but maybe we have another policy for this, but I don't think that's something that we can do. Maybe you can change your own email, that's fine, but not that another person or entity can remove this handle.
I'm not sure. So far, I think we would just allow, any author has the right to approve any change. And if, let's say Greg does remove the other names, that would be an internal dispute between the authors. And if one of the other ones wants, to have merge privileges, they could make a new EIP under a new number. But that's also really annoying. But on the flip side, let's say an author, hasn't been responsive for a really long time, or their GitHub handle gets compromised, or there's a fear of their GitHub handle getting compromised, then authors should be able to remove other authors. So I'm not my default here would be just let the authors sort it out. They can, if they want to remove each other, they can, but I can definitely see the argument the other way around.
I mean, I'm also in agreement with Joachim here, allowing authors to update the authors section is fine, but it is nice to have that we know what can be allowed and what not. For example, if GitHub handle is removed, then the author who was listed earlier will not get any notification. Right now we know Greg is messaging in the Discord channel, and we are kind of considering the request. But just imagine if a bad party, a malicious party does that, if we allow this kind of merge go unnoticed. So in my mind, the good approach here could be we do not allow deletion of author, we allow addition of author. And for deletion of author, there can be a proper process set up which explains why this particular author is being deleted, because the author was added in the first place because there was a contribution from that author to this particular proposal. So let's not take away the right of editing, merging, or whatever they had been provided the privileges there. And I also feel like if we want to update email address, that is fine, but there has to be one or either one handle or email address where these authors can be reached out to.
Yes, maybe to also chime in on here, like I suspect that we don't have a policy for authorship changes, but an author themselves can either change their, so this is like my opinion, like they can either change their own authorship. So Greg could, for instance, change his greg@colvin.org into Greg Colvin, the GitHub username gcolvin. Or he could delete himself, but he should not be able, or not he, but an author should not be able to delete other authors, because this could indeed, like we could, for instance, see like in 5 years that one of the original authors of an EIP, let's assume this EIP is not finalized yet, changes the, just opens a PR, they remove all the other authors, and then just merge it, because they have the rights to merge this. And then they can claim, but I created this EIP. So if you get added as an author, this is approved by one author of the EIP. Then one author themselves should not be able to change this list of authors. If there is a dispute, then people can indeed open a new EIP and they just copy the entire thing and they create like a new authorship list. I mean, that's fine. But of course, we have the other case, and that's like if there is like the danger that this GitHub handle is compromised. I think this is not a problem, but well, of course, we would likely hear this from the authors, or we would see this on the EIP's repository. But this should then be like an EIP editor's process, and this should only happen in the case that there's like these kind of security incidents, that we remove the handle of this this author with, I don't know, like with an explicit mention, like, okay, this handle is compromised, we cannot use it anymore, or maybe just in the EIP, in the EIPIP, put this on like a blacklist, like, okay, this username is compromised. But I think that's like a different story. Yeah.
So I think this is going to qualify as controversial. So maybe we should write up a call for input talking about like the policy that we want to add for authorship changes. And then we can get feedback from the other editors as well.
Yeah, that sounds good. Like I think like in general, what we should do is at least have a policy for authorship change, because I believe we don't have one yet.
Correct. Yeah. I think our current policy is any author has ultimate privileges and can do whatever they want with a proposal.
Very well. I think call for input is good next step. We should invite other editors who are not present in this meeting to chime in and help decide a policy around authorship. With that, maybe we can move on to the next one, that is EIP prioritization in the review process.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, I just wanted to invite you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I added that as second, or well, not a second item, but I just added that to the agenda. Let me see what I actually wrote, because now I can't find the agenda. Well, I know what I said. So I generally believe that the fair process of reviewing EIPs and ERCs is by the ERC or the EIP which is waiting the thanks Pooja, which is waiting the longest. But this request from Greg is that was added like almost 3 hours ago, because Greg wants to discuss this EIP tomorrow on ACD. And because, he wants to do an authorship change, or, it does not have the rights to merge this EIP. So this is not specifically about this EIP. Let's make that clear. But these situations, I also realize that this happens to me often. Like, I get a request from a person. They want to discuss an EIP or an ERC. Well, in most cases, it's an EIP on ACD. And then they ask, okay, can you please do an editorial review of this EIP, so we can discuss this tomorrow at ACD. Well, of course, we also can stick to the original process. Like, okay, we do it by the queue system. But I believe that for the governance process itself, it makes more sense to prioritize these EIPs. I just wanted to raise like that point. Sam, what do you think about this one? Okay.
So if the process isn't like, my concern is obviously appearing like neutral. So if, for example, the pull request is linked on the R-Core Devs agenda, that would be a fairly objective way of prioritizing these things. So if it's on there, review it, and I think that's objective enough for me.
Okay, cool. That's indeed like one of the points. What I would like to make for prioritizing these. The only point is, but that might be like not an artificial problem, but this could, of course, lead to a problem where people will just put items on the ACD agenda just to get it reviewed faster. I don't think that this will happen, but that can of course happen. But yeah,
and honestly, I don't think that's bad. Like, if they put it on the agenda and then they show up to ACD to talk about it, sure, yeah, it probably should be reviewed.
Okay, that's cool. But okay, just to check, because what do you mean here by put up on the agenda? Because is this then a comment on the ACD, like, okay, can we please discuss this EIP, and this is our EIP or ERC, and this is then a link to the PR, or is it actually in the agenda of the ACD? So in the how do you call it, like the issue, the top post?
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
So it should be in the top post, or should it as a comment? Okay, yeah, cool. That makes sense. That also means that because I have to, I'm not really sure if that's the case, but I think that the agenda of ACDs are updated very short before the ACD.
Yeah, I know.
So this could be a problem.
Yeah, I think as long as we're like aware and like conscious of being like neutral, I think it won't be a problem. I think people would understand us prioritizing those reviews. Sorry, Pooja, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's perfectly all right. Yeah, I mean, what I can do before preparing the agenda, like right in the Tuesday morning, if ACD is already prepared, ACD agenda is already prepared, I can go back and check what they have added in comments, because as Johan mentioned, maybe updating of agenda is last minute thing. So we may not find everything in the agenda itself, but we'll try to go through the comment section and try to pull up the PRs and add it as high priority PRs to be reviewed.
Yeah, I think this makes sense. And then maybe as like the last comment on this is then that EIP office hour is on Tuesdays. Of course, that doesn't mean that we only review on Tuesdays. But what I see in practice is that like one day before, or like a few hours before, then EIPs or ERCs get added as a comment to the ACD. But I think this is then my point, what people should realize, like, okay, if you want to put this on ACD and you want this thing get merged, then you should just do this earlier to also give us time. I think that's fair.
Very well. Yeah, so I think this would be under my action item. So whenever I'm sharing the agenda for Tuesday's meeting, I will try to make sure that we have included all the PRs coming up from ACD agendas and prioritize that, and then we'll get into the regular reviews. Obviously, the last um, or the longest waiting PR is the priority, but sometimes they are unattended, and that's why we try to take up PRs for which authors are already on the call.
Yeah, I think that also makes sense for the office hour. Yeah, maybe as final points there, what did I want to say? Yeah, now I forgot. Okay. Yeah, never mind.
Sorry if I interrupted and
No, it's fine.
So whenever it is there, please let us know and we can get into that. Well, moving ahead, we have next is dispute resolution. So we were talking about authorship changes. This is, in my mind, kind of a dispute. We have also seen some examples in the previous meeting that there are different kind of disputes which are arising. So I am proposing here a working group, like dispute resolution working group, and for that kind of came up with a document that lists some of the primary questions. I'm going to share my screen for a moment so we all are on the same page. So this is the document. The link is added to the agenda. So you can also take your time to read it later, and it is open for every signed-in user. If you have any comments, thoughts, processes on this process, you can probably add. I strongly feel that EIP editors is an important participant of this working group. Most of the EIP editing is done by editors. They suggest what to do, what not to do. They are the maintainer of EIP1, obviously the maintainer of 5757, which suggests like what can be included, not included when it comes to link, and things like that are currently being supported by EIP editors. So I strongly believe that EIP editors should be part of this working group, and what this working group can do. I know the EIP 5069 already lists what editors do, what are their responsibility and what they don't do. This may be coming up something that they generally don't do it, but they might consider facilitating the process about a dispute resolution. So this document just talks about high level thing like what is a EIP dispute resolution working group. Yeah, and some basic questions that we should get answers from editors itself in order to proceed in this direction. We talk about like what are the problems. First we need to list it, then we need to figure out what is the scope of dispute resolution. Obviously we are not a court. The group is not a court, so we may not be sending decisions out, but we are just trying to set a process that may help other contributors of the ecosystem to get to a solution for the problems that they are facing these days. So we would be talking, the working group would be talking about the ownership of the problem, like what dispute categories they would own or try to discuss. Primarily, I feel like it is a good starting point to consider 2 or 3 dispute scenarios which are prominent so far, and we can keep on updating as we go. So the moment we say that we can keep on updating, it becomes a question that where this dispute resolution process would be living, right? Would that be a part of EIP1? Would that be a part of contributing.md, or should that be a part of a meta EIP separately? So we need to find like where we are going to put it together. And there has to be some deliverables, of course. If the working group is there, we need to come up with some kind of deliverables, like what we are doing here, what the solution are proposed, and things like that. So this document just talks about the proposal to have a working group. I would pause here and like to hear what people think about it.
So I'm almost always on the side of minimizing the EIP process and editor responsibilities. So my vote would be for we don't resolve disputes, we don't do any of this, and we let people fight it out, and we just don't participate. That's probably not the most pleasant or useful approach, but that's the one I'm going to present forward here. But that's not to say we should do that.
Yeah, Sam, I think I agree with you. Maybe taking the example of this authorship, what we just discussed, like these are the kind of things what we should, because these kind of disputes are things what we can actually now foresee that these might happen in the future. So what might happen is that, let's say that there is now an authorship dispute, and then maybe at some point this dispute gets resolved, and this new author or this disputed author now gets added into the EIP or ESC, and this person now has the rights to remove the other authors of this EIP, and that also removes their rights to merge this EIP or ESC.
Yep.
I could foresee that this is going to be, or this could be a problem, and we can see this coming. So we should actually prevent this. Then maybe the idea for this work group would not be a dispute resolution working group, but actually to see, okay, what part of the process can be, what can be abused slash, that's in line with Sam's idea of the code of conduct document. Like what parts of the EIP process should we document? And then, yeah, we as EIP authors would enforce these rules. And if at some point we find that there's a hole in these rules, then we have to change the rules.
So let's explore the authorship dispute with the other approach. So if we do choose, let's say, a dispute resolution process where we forcibly add an author to the EIP, what you say, where the new author could just remove the other authors, is true. That could totally happen. So let's walk through what happens if we don't have a dispute resolution process. So you have 3 authors on the EIP, and then a 4th author wants to be added, let's say. We change nothing, we do nothing, and the authors decide not to add the 4th author. So now the 4th author can either give up, or they can make a new EIP number and add themselves plus just the names of the old authors, so they don't have edit rights. So now you end up in a situation where you have 2 different EIPs, and they can't affect each other because they're not on each other's author lists. And so the conflict has been resolved simply by forking the EIP. And we don't need any complicated permission systems or anything like that.
I kind of slightly disagree with the process for the reason that it may be resolved on author's point of view, but it is a problem for community. Now the community has, because both of them are added as a standard to Ethereum repository, now community has 2 different EIP number which actually does the same thing. It's just that they have different authors. It doesn't make sense to people like which one should I pick? So that's another kind of problem that we are getting into by not solving the basic problem. So if we have some kind of process set up for the same example that Sam picked up right here of authorship, if someone is saying that I have contributed enough that it should be considered as my authorship to this proposal, I believe providing certain guideline and giving a certain answer, yes or no. I mean, obviously editors will not say yes or no. The process will say yes or no. They have to go through that. For example, we have call for input. So we get a solution at the end of call for input. Similarly, if we can create a process of these kind of problems which are coming up in the ecosystem, there would be a solution without any individual being the owner of saying yes or no.
So in this specific example there, if the 2 documents only differ in authorship, then it doesn't matter which one the community chooses, they're the same. And as soon as they diverge technically, then they need separate EIP numbers anyways. So I don't really see if there's a problem there.
I'm sorry, I definitely missed some point. So
Oh,
Sam,
sure.
what we are saying is like there would be two document with same authorship and same number in the EIP repository. How is that possible?
No, it would be different EIP numbers. So, like, let's say you have EIP 5001, and there's another author who wants to add themselves. They don't, so they get EIP 5002. So now you have these two documents that only 5001, 5002 that only differ in the author list, and your issue with the forking the EIP was that it would create confusion in the community because now you have two EIPs that are materially the same, but they have different numbers. And my counter argument to that is that they're the same document. It doesn't matter which number people use to refer to them, or they diverge technically, in which case they need different EIP numbers anyways. So I actually don't think it's a problem if that happens.
Let's say they do not diverge technically. So in this case, if the content is same, which one would be picked up for an upgrade?
It
Like
doesn't matter.
obviously,
The content's the same.
um, I am I'm thinking that it will be a problem because every client would ask which EIP should I implement, what number should I put it on the dashboard. Like there is a complete process. The entire community needs to know which EIPs are part of the upgrade, right? So
Yeah. And like my argument is it doesn't matter which one the community picks because they're material, like they're technically the same.
Yeah, to chime in here. So for this specific example, the community will then just pick, or the governance process will then just pick what the EIP will be. So if this, for this authorship example, if this author would get included or not. So for this specific example, I indeed agree with Sam that there is not a problem because the community will indeed decide what the canonical EIP or ERC is, what is being put into the fork, which will then also just resolve this dispute, because if the community thinks, okay, this author should indeed be on the authorship list, then they will follow this EIP number with that author in it. But I can see, and maybe to generalize this proposal of the dispute resolution working group. So I just proposed, okay, we should maybe have a working group to see, okay, what parts of the process can be abused. But I think what Pooja is suggesting here is we should also have maybe a working group in case that the current rules are being abused or not abused, so there is a dispute. And well, we did not fix this problem in the process. So this working group will then figure out like what to do with these disputes. I'm only thinking of I think that's basically question 1 in the problem definition, like what kind of disputes would these then be? Is this somewhat correct, Pooja?
yeah, that is like going in the right direction, but I am still stuck to the point that how is it possible to have two EIPs? I mean, if editors allow to have two same content EIPs living on the eipis.ethereum.org, then we are like opening a Pandora box. Anybody will come next day and it will pick up EIP 1559. I am the author, add me in here. And I think in the editor's roles and responsibility, the very first responsibility while reviewing the proposal is to make sure that it is not the same proposal that is already listed in the part of repo. Otherwise, we will be having like n number of same proposal with one new author in that proposal.
If I could
Yeah.
chime in, just listening, Sam made a very good point, I think, about how the things could diverge but still make sense. But I think, Pooja, you made a very strong foundational argument about not setting a precedent of duplicating these forks of what it could eventually lead to. I mean, maybe there could be a way to, strongly limit it, but I think it does create certain risks of additional cases happening that goes against that fundamental rule. So just my thought about that.
Yeah, Pooja, about this, because you indeed have a point here about that we do not want that this EIP's repository becomes like a this would then be indeed part of the how you could abuse the system. I'm not sure. I have to think about this a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously discussed the authorship dispute as one of the disputes. We have received examples of couple of others. So I think the group should think in the direction of at least having a working group, at least trying to put together some guidelines which might help the community, because at the end of the day, EIP editors are the first interaction of the community towards documenting the proposal, or even when they are reading the standards. Like, they believe that it has been vetted by editors. So yeah, whatever they are getting is absolute work of art right here. Just a little bit more in that direction, because I have this document, I want to bring it up. Maybe we can discuss it in future meeting. So just for people to maybe get a chance to look into it. I don't know what the direction would be picked up, but there are a few questions which I would highly recommend editors to maybe take a look at it. And if they are convinced to have this working group in the place, then we can think of like how to start a document. Sam suggested code of conduct. It can be one of those documents. So we need to figure out where the placeholders are. So in the second document that I have added is like dispute resolution guidelines. So this document talk about first few, like 4-5 problems that we have picked up from the ecosystem, and kind of provided the solution to those problems. It does talk about the roles and responsibilities, which are obviously limited from the category of contributor, if they are author, if they are contributor, if they are editor. So it talks about like how we can generally proceed towards solving the problem. So yeah, the second document is kind of a lightweight dispute resolution flow. If people think that dispute resolution is not the right word, I think it should not be a problem. We can come up with the appropriate word which kind of satisfies the community concerns as well. But the idea is, if there is a problem, there has to be a solution. And this EIPIP meeting has been doing the same thing for years now. Since 2020, the first problem was the EIP improvement process. We worked on that. Now that there is a good process in place, we have a good repository of standards, there are chances that some kind of disputes will come up. Now it's the time to set up a process to solve these disputes. Yeah, that's what I wanted to share on this topic. I would really appreciate any feedback, comment, thoughts on this. I'm open to discuss it on Discord as well as on this document as well.
Yeah, I will read it, and I will do an I will leave some comments async on Discord. Yeah, thanks.
Really appreciate that. Moving ahead, we discussed a few things with the EIP developers who are here to help out with the EIP process. So I had opened an issue to fix ETHBot comment. I believe the issue is now closed because the PR has been merged. Thank you, Sam, for approving that. The next one is EIP numbering related. It is still open. I wonder if there is any update on that. I don't see any PR link, but if I remember correctly, it was mentioned that the process was discussed within EF and there is a team working on it. I wonder if there is any update.
Sorry, which was this on?
It's a EIP numbering, issue number 430.
Oh, yes. Yeah, no, they're still working on that as far as I'm aware. Yeah,
Oh,
I don't have any updates, unfortunately.
okay, no worries. Maybe we can check with David next week and see if there are any progress. Moving ahead, we have EIPIP meeting summary from the last meeting. I remember there were some presentation by Rito. Rito had a question. What's the next step? Rito, if you want to take the floor now and yeah, maybe discuss about the next steps or anything that you want to get an answer from editors right here.
Okay. Yeah, well, I wasn't really planning on it. I was just here to tune in. But all right. So since I have you, Sam, right here, what do you think would be a good way to collaborate to get this done on your time? Because you have a million things to do. I hear, activities that you have to do here that I wasn't even aware about and stuff. Is there a way that we may be able to coordinate on certain times so that we can, get through this review process? So, it's been a 10-year project. Is there a way
Yeah.
we can work together to move smoothly?
I don't know. We could maybe set up a weekly or bi-weekly sync. That'll at least encourage me to do some work on this because this does need to get in, and I have been moving very slowly on it. But that's up to you. I don't know what your schedule is like.
Oh, I'm flexible, and I've made a priority to do this. I'd like to follow it through. So if we're able to correspond somewhere, I don't know if you prefer email or create an issue that we, chat in. What's best for you? Because I know you're probably bombarded on GitHub.
Yeah, let's go with email or Telegram, I guess. Either of those would be fine.
All right.
Have we spoken on Telegram yet? I'm not sure.
Not on Telegram. I sent you an email before when this meeting was rescheduled. If did you see it? Did you find it? Rito at, I don't want to say the full. I guess it's on Rito@ritovision.com. Give me spam mail, everybody. Everybody listening to this, come attack me. Yes, I sent you an email from that. But Telegram is also cool too. I would be Rito Rhymes. What are you on Telegram?
I'm just checking that now. Sam Wilson without the O.
Cool. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So yeah,
and then let's coordinate a meeting or something every so often. Doesn't have to be long, just like a 15-minute thing, and we can figure out pull request updates and stuff. And if anybody else wants to help review this stuff too, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, that's gonna bring that up too. If anyone else wants to join in, hey, come on, working group, let's get working. Come on, let's go.
Indeed.
Okay. Yeah. So that was
with regards to the web dev front end, no? Of the page.
Yeah, this is the Rust rewrite of the whole rendering process.
Oh, sweet. Okay, feel free to count me in.
Appreciate it. Yeah, thanks.
If you want to get started, a great place to look at what we're working on right now. You can review the past few meetings under this meeting thread. I have a few comments there that link to the issues. There are some very extensive PRs that are coordinated inside of these issues, so you can see what we're currently going through the review process now to get acclimated to things. And it's across multiple repos too, so be aware. It's everywhere. It's a lot. Okay.
Yeah, Brito, if you could link that comment to Luke, that would be handy, I think. Then we can directly dive in.
I should link it in on this issue today for this?
Yeah, or in the issue and also maybe in the chat of this meeting. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll add it to the issue on GitHub, no problem.
Very well. We hope it gets enough attention and we see it because the working group model shared there was right. Yes, I think this is the repo. EIPS working group. Yes. I was going through eips.ethereum.org. I am going to share my screen one more time right here. to share this. Maybe someone can take a look. It looks like something is broken right here. So if we go look into the draft section,
Oh, yeah.
under the all, I don't know why it is missing. And this is not the case for any other status.
I can guess
Yeah.
what that is.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I just wanted to bring attention. Maybe if this is something broken, it can be fixed.
yeah. Okay. So that's
I
because
think it
somebody
might be in parallel with draft. Do we have the same setup? I'm not even sure.
yeah. So the Jekyll is picking up someone's template as an EIP, which is kind of annoying. I'll just make a pull request to change the file extension, and that should fix it.
Awesome. All right, with that, the next item here on the agenda is EIP Editing Office Hour. We concluded 100th office hour yesterday. It was great. Thank you so much, Sam Wilson, for reviewing the proposals for 2 hours continuously. It was great. And the good news for the community is that we got ERC 4337 merged as final. ERC 4337 was documented back in 2021. It has gone through multiple versions of account abstraction, and it is one of the most used account abstraction proposal. So having that past the finish line, I'm very happy, and congratulations to the group, to everyone who worked behind the proposal. So that was one of the achievements. And yesterday we get to review kind of balanced, almost equal number of EIP proposals as well as ERC proposals. So all in all, I find that this office hour was success. There is also a live dashboard for people who missed, may follow that and see how that looks like. It was an experiment by the team, which I find it quite attractive, and I'm wondering if we can start using this kind of feature for all the office hours, just to get a sense of what we are doing, how we are doing, and what all proposals are being reviewed. I do agree with the idea that was discussed in the last meeting that we should try to have a invitation to editors, invitation to authors who have questions, rather than the idea of getting their proposals merged. We are definitely working in that direction and trying to share this information with the community and try to get those authors on call. But yeah, I think having EIP editing office hour in place, having the meeting on every Tuesday at 1600 UTC gives a sense to the community that they have a place to visit to. So let's continue doing that. And yeah, I look forward to have more office hours in future and be able to help the community. Next one is, while we are talking about office hour, we should also update the schedule. Right now we have editors booked for until meeting 1 or 2, for the next 2 weeks, but not beyond that. Editors, kindly take a look at the sheet and please add yourself wherever possible so we can schedule the meeting accordingly. I am unavailable for one of the weeks, but that should not be a blocker. I'm definitely going to put up the agenda and the meeting would be in place if there is an editor to host that office hour. So yeah, kindly take a look, and yeah, that would be great. Next one is EIPS Insight for the month of June. Yeah, this is early June. Today is June 3rd only, so not much we can expect right over here. But as we can see that we have 2 final proposals moved in ERC. 2 to the last call, 1 to review, and 3 here in the draft, like it was merged yesterday. Yeah, we can learn more about it from this insight page for the month of June. Probably we should also take a look at May. That will give us a good sense of how we did last month. Yeah, definitely it is way more than what we are seeing for the month of June, because we just have passed 3 days in June. So that is all on agenda. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If there is anything anyone would like to bring up, this is the time. I see 5 comments. Okay. No problem, Joachim. Whatever is the best date for you, even in future, please feel free to add it. Oh, Sam, thank you for already creating the PR. Okay, that is really fast. Yes. Luke, contributor to 4337, I guess. 4 commits. Okay.
No,
Yeah, I think-
contributor to the EIP preprocessor theme ages ago.
Okay. Cool. Yep, thank you. Sam is GitHub. Yes, he does. I agree 100%. Anyway, anything else anyone would like to bring up today? And also, what is the next date for next EIPIP meeting? Yes, Joachim.
Yes, I remembered what I wanted to say before on the topic of the on the disputes. No, not on the not on the disputes, on the order of reviews, because I assumed that we have this, written down somewhere that we do this by audits first, but actually I don't see this anywhere. So this is not in the EIP editor handbook. But maybe it is implicit that could also be the case. But yeah, just maybe just send the question to other editors, or in this call Sam. Is this implicit in EIP 5069 that the reviews queue is by audits first, or should we add this?
So I don't think it's been codified anywhere. And like, I don't want to force other editors to work the way that I do. What's important to me is that we're credibly neutral. I don't really care how you prioritize stuff, as long as there's some relatively objective way of doing it. But if we want all this to be the official way of doing it, we can absolutely add that too.
Okay, no, that's fine. Then I made an unconscious assumption that this is the way how we should review, but I think you are right. We should maybe not make this like a very strict rule. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Thanks.
Yeah, and I have also shared the link, which based on Sam's ideas. I think the first pass was Sam's code base. UI has been created where every editor can maybe take a look at the oldest first issue. It is eipsinsight.com/board, where you can go and check for proposals which are waiting on editors review. There are 400 plus open PRs, but not all of them are dependent upon EIP editors. Most of them are waiting on authors. So filtering that out, if you look into this sheet here, the table here, you might be able to find which are waiting on editors, and you can and editors can maybe prioritize like what they want to process first, and based on that, yeah, it is an easier way to go find and go for review. So yeah, anyone listening, maybe take a look at it. All right, that's pretty much it. The last question for today is, when is the next meeting? Do we want to have another meeting in the month of June, or should we have it in July? Because we generally have one meeting in a month, and we already have done it in the first week of June. And if after a month, then should we keep the first week of July as well? What's the general sentiment?
My feeling is that basically in the last eight days, we discussed a lot. My feeling is that we should do this in 1 month. I'm checking like I can do the 1st of July, or also the 8th of July. That's also.
The 1st of July is a holiday for us, so
Okay.
The 8th would probably work. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
that
the
would also
8th would
work for
work for me.
Okay, then in that case, we'll create the agenda and add it to the Ethereum/PM GitHub repository for 8th of July. Please feel free to add any item you would like to bring up to the meeting. We are almost at time right now. Any final comments, thought? We have 2-3 minutes left.
Yes, Sam, the call for input. Do you want to write this call for input, or should I do it?
For the dispute resolution? Or for
Yes,
the author dispute? Yeah.
both actually.
Yeah, I'd prefer not to do it, but if you want me to, I will.
Okay, then I will do that. I will not do that today, but I will do that. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Very well. With that, I think we are good to wrap up for today. Thank you everyone for joining us here. I believe the sync meeting helps us make decision faster. So let's continue to have at least one meeting in a month, and let's continue improving the process. Thank you everyone. See you around.
Take care.
Bye.